Hello, Aries. Welcome to Intuitive Gems. My name is Desiree, and I will be doing your money, wealth, finance, prosperity, and abundance reading for the month of November 2021. For the readings this month, I will be using my Morgan Greer Tarot deck. I will clarify with my Radiant Rider-Waite Tarot, and then I will close out your reading, Aries, with a Secret Language of Color Oracle card. A lot of you have been giving me some good feedback about the checklist that I offered last month. It's still available, of course. All you have to do is sign up down below and I will send you a free checklist. If you don't know what I'm talking about, a lot of you are starting businesses, and I created a free checklist of the 6 things that you need before you quit your job and go into business for yourself. The other announcement I'm excited to share is that my How to Start a Tarot YouTube channel online course is now available, and that is also linked down below. I've been working on that for almost 2 years now, and it's finally ready. I've had a lot of you ask me about, starting a YouTube channel, growing a YouTube channel, especially for those of you who are tarot readers and you're trying to really kind of, expand your audience and really leverage what you do. I do have an online course, and I will have all the details for that if you are interested down below. All right, Aries, let's go ahead and get right into your reading. I also have a brand new microphone, so if it doesn't sound good, I'm sure you guys will let me know. But a few of you were saying that the sound was low in some of my other videos, so I'm trying to correct that. So, all right, so let's see what is showing up for Aries as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of November 2021. Okay, Aries, so I want to say someone's getting in the way of you. I don't want to say you being your best self, but you know what you want to do, and there's somebody that's getting in the way. All right, and I say that because I see this 10 of Swords here, and that was the first card that came out. Now, just because somebody is in the way, that doesn't mean you can't do what you want to do, but you know that there's somebody who's not going to be supportive, or who's not going to be positive and encouraging for what you want to do as it relates to your work, your money, your business. Like maybe you want to invest, but your partner doesn't, or maybe you want to start a business, but your spouse doesn't. It's one of those types of things where you clearly see a vision of something you want to do, but not everybody who is close to you is on board. That's what I'm picking up here. The Page of Swords, though, is telling me that something is going to be cut off. Something's going to be removed. Now, I'm not saying a relationship is going to end. I'm not seeing that at all. But I think this is something more with you, Aries, that maybe you make the decision to cut off someone who's not supportive, or you decide to cut out maybe an idea that you had. But there's something that's being removed from you that's kind of getting in the way of something you want to do. So the thing is that I see the World card. So this tells me that it's not necessarily negative, but it's one of those things that you realize, and then you're trying to figure out, okay, how am I going to do this? How am I going to make this work and still maintain peace and harmony in my either relationship, in my life, in my family, whatever. Now, the thing is the people around you don't necessarily have a vision or a wealth mindset. That's what this 5 of Pentacles is telling me. Someone has a very lack mindset. Someone is very fearful. Someone is very much just not trusting, or because they're so afraid, excuse me, they don't do something that will help them, grow. And I feel like that's what you're dealing with, Aries. It's like you have a plan, you know what you want to do, but someone's just not on board, and they're making you hesitate. Now, we also have the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. This tells me there's a slowdown in work. Now, it's funny because even though this card came up, I'm feeling like this is not necessarily related to these cards here. I don't know why, but this is saying there's a slowdown in your work, in your career. And so maybe that could be why you're looking into something else, and maybe the other person isn't on board. Maybe they want you to stay in that job because it's a quote unquote secure job. But at the same time, you know that that's not where you want to be forever. The other thing, Aries, is we have the Emperor in the reverse. That's when things are getting a little bit chaotic. Things are getting a little bit out of control. Now, this doesn't mean that it's necessarily, it doesn't mean that life is falling apart, but it just means that you see there's some things that need to be tended to. And for some reason, you're not able to tend to those things. Why? Could be because you're not getting support. Maybe you're just not equipped to do so. Maybe you're just not ready, but you know that something has to change. You know that you need to make a move. And even if somebody is not on board, especially as it relates to money and your career, it's almost like you say, well, I've got to do this and I've got to do this regardless. And that's what I'm picking up here. Now, this could be anything. It could be a job. It could be business related. Maybe someone in your work is not supportive. And so you're trying to figure out how can I take action without the cooperation of other people. Because you clearly, excuse me, because you clearly see that action needs to be taken. You clearly see that something needs to be done here. So I'm feeling like there's a lot of apprehension with you, Aries, because it's like you see what you want to do, but you're not, either you feel like you're not in a position that you can do it right now, or you're feeling like, this is just, I'm being held back and this is ridiculous. I don't need to be held back. I see the writing on the wall of what I need to do, and I have to do it. I have to take that step because your money depends on it. Your financial stability depends on it. So let's see what else is showing up, because I find this very interesting. Yep, there it is. I find this, I'm feeling really specifically like you need to make a move, Aries. Yes, and you will, and it will pay off. All right, so let's go ahead and lay out our cards here. You can see quite a few came out. Okay, just want to make sure nothing's cut off. But, okay, so here's where it gets good, Aries. So you're dealing with this kind of, like I said, apprehension in the first week of November. Once we move into the second week, that's when things really start kind of coming up. Things really start taking shape. We have the Seven of Cups here. So a lot of things are going to start showing up for you. You're going to have a lot of opportunities and a lot of choices of what you can do and how you can do it, especially as it relates to your money. You're going to see like, oh, I can do this, or I can do this, or I can do both of these, or I can do none of these. Like, you're going to have a lot of options. So prepare for that. Now, we've got the Fool card here, which tells me that you will start on a new journey. Regardless of who is supportive in your life or not, you will be moving in a new direction, because you know deep within, intuitively, that this is what you have to do for you, especially for your finances. However, we do have the Devil card here. The Devil card here talks about bondage, talks about sometimes being trapped. The other thing is it's also unhealthy attachments, right? We talked about that a little bit here in this first week of November, but there is something that's getting in the way, and you're working through it, right? You know that there's something that you are tied to. However, you are working through it, and you will break free from what I'm seeing here. Now, we also have the Hermit. The Hermit in the reverse talks about you actually showing up in spite of. It's not like you're stepping back and hiding. You're like, well, I need to go out there. I need to do this, and I'm going to do it, and let the chips fall where they may. And it's one of those things that's very scary, because you don't know what's going to be the reaction, and also you don't know how it's going to work out, but you just know this is something you have to do. But here's where it gets good, because we have, boom, Page of Pentacles. This is good news as it relates to your money. So all the action and what you're taking is going to pay off in some way. The Page of Pentacles tells us that. If you don't get money directly as a result of doing whatever it is you're doing, you're definitely going to get something that brings you money, right? So you're either going to get paid, or you're going to get the new job offer, or you're going to get, you know, some good news as it relates to your business. But the Page of Pentacles is good news coming as it relates to money. The Hangman in the reverse means that you are no longer stuck. You are no longer feeling stagnant. You're breaking free, breaking through, and you are now in forward motion. You are tapping into the momentum of your decision. This is something that's very exciting because it means that you're actually taking action and you're making progress, okay? And as this relates to your money, it means that, yes, you're doing what you feel you need to do in order to get things in the right place. Finally, we have the Nine of Wands here. The Nine of Wands is a card of, sometimes I see this card and it means acting in spite of, or, you know, feeling the fear and doing it anyway. That's what I'm picking up with this here. It's like, you know, you may not feel 100% confident, but you just know that you're going to be okay somehow, some way. It's not about taking an unnecessary risk, but it is about doing something that you need to do, that you feel like purposefully this is what needs to be done, especially as it relates to your money. So it's like stepping out and doing it anyway. All right, so let's continue on and see what else shows up for you, Aries, as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of November 2021. What do we need to know for the sign of Aries? Now we've got some repeaters here. All right, let's get one more card for Aries, please. Oh, nice, nice, nice. Okay. All right, I already knew things were going to turn out well when I saw this Knight of Cups, but this just confirms it. But let's start here with this Five of Pentacles. Now, the Five of Pentacles is a repeater. Remember, I told you that there's people around you who don't have the same vision as you. Someone has a lack mindset. Someone has the poverty mentality. Someone is, you know, they don't have the wealth vision that you have, right? So it looks like that person is still kind of in the picture once we hit the second half of November. But here's where it gets good. We have the Seven of Wands that talks about improved communication. So you guys are having conversations. Maybe they're starting to see things from your point of view. Maybe they're starting to feel convinced that, yes, we do need to do something different. We do need to change. Yes, our financial future depends on this, and we need to take action now. The Three of Swords is healing from a painfully emotional situation. It fell on this Devil card, not surprised, because we were talking about some unhealthy attachments here. It looks like that gets resolved, you know, in a very nice, uncomplicated way by the time we hit the second half of November. We also have the Hermit again in the reverse. Again, that's you stepping out regardless, showing up, you know, doing the big bold thing. And you're just going to do it. You're just going to put yourself out there. You're not going to hide anymore, because you see this is something that's necessary in order for you to thrive financially. Now, here is where things really kind of come together full circle. We have the Knight of Cups. This is somebody showing up for you in a very beautiful way, in a very positive way. Now, this could be someone in your personal life, but it doesn't necessarily have to be. But it does mean that someone, you know, the knight showing up, you know, riding in on the white horse, is showing up to rescue you in some way. Then we have the Ten of Cups. The Ten of Cups is the ultimate positivity card. This is joy. This is happiness in every way, shape, or form. So you do get someone showing up for you. You do get someone supporting you. You do get the encouragement, the positivity, the love, the support, the encouragement. All those things is coming your way. And also you feel very happy. You know, you may have had some points of, you know, maybe some areas where you were doubtful and maybe just unsure. But by the time we hit the second half of November, Aries, you're going to be in a very happy, content, very proud of yourself kind of place here, because the Ten of Cups just says that things really are starting to work out and shape up for you. All right, let's see what else shows up for the sign of Aries as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of November 2021. All right, so as we close out the month, Aries, I'm going to tell you that there's still a lot that you need to learn, and there's still some things that are not finished. And you make a decision, and it may not feel exactly warm and fuzzy, but this King of Swords tells me that you make a decision to cut something or someone off. And it's almost like you regret doing it, but you feel like you have to do it in order to take care of yourself, okay? So that may be a little uncomfortable at the end of the month, but I also feel like it's going to be very healing as time goes on, because you realize this is something that has to be done and it can't be ignored. Now, the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse tells us that something is unfinished, something is incomplete. So you have to understand that something has to be done first in order for you to move forward. Now, this Page of Cups is an offer coming through. Excuse me. And I'm feeling like this offer is related to this. It's almost like you have to finish something in order for this offer to really work for you. And this is something with a financial tie to it, because that's the essence of this reading. So if there are any unfinished projects, unfinished jobs, something that was left hanging, you really need to make sure you complete that first in order for you to kind of accept these new offers that are starting to show up for you. Because that's what I'm seeing here, is something is not done, and because whatever it is isn't done, it makes it hard for you to accept new, like a new job or a new offer of some sort. Next, we have the King of Pentacles. This is about financial literacy. There's some things you need to learn, right? There's some things you need to know in order for you to take it to the next level. I'm feeling like this is, excuse me, I'm feeling like this is investments for a lot of you. You know, because it's not only about making money, but it's also about keeping your money and learning how to make your money grow. You know, so you can have more, be more, serve more, do more, all the things. So spend some time, Scorpio, learning about how to make what you have grow, how to make more of what you have, how to use what you have to get more, to be more, to increase your life and expand your life in some way, because that's what is coming through loud and clear with this card. Finally, we have the High Priestess in the reverse. High Priestess in the reverse means that you are not trusting yourself. You are not trusting your intuition. Aries, I feel like you know what to do, but there's some things going on externally that aren't allowing you to fully do what you know needs to be done. And the thing is like sometimes just having that awareness is enough to propel you to take the necessary action steps that need to be taken. And I feel like that's really going to come to you towards the end of the month here. But again, I don't see that as anything that's going to hold you back financially. I just feel like this is what's going to really kind of make room for you to make the next level steps that need to be made in your money life. And I hope that makes sense, because I don't feel like anything's getting in the way. It's just that you need to shift maybe some priorities, or shift some things around in your life. And once you do that, things really just kind of flow for you much easier and much bigger. You know, it's like maybe things are trickling in, but once you kind of rearrange some things in your life, things will really start flooding in. And that's what I'm seeing here. But again, there's nothing working against you, Aries. This is all stuff that you need to work on within yourself. All right, so let's go ahead and close out your reading with a Secret Language of Color Oracle card. Haven't used this deck in a while. I saw it in my drawer and I said, yeah, we're going to work with it this month. So Aries, you got the card Violet, number 45, and check it out. It says create a balanced life. That's pretty much echoing what we were talking about here. Yeah, create a balanced life. So I hope this reading was helpful. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, please leave them down below. And I want to thank you so much for spending this time with me. We'll do it all again next month.